Hi, hello, and welcome back if you are a subscriber. Welcome if you are new. My name is Rose, and I am on a weight loss journey to lose about 100 pounds. For reference, I am 6'1", and I am at this point in time, I am 280 pounds. And I want to be around 180-ish by the end of this journey. And yeah, it has been a wild few weeks. I believe, I don't even know the last time I posted a video. Quite frankly, my house has been a plague den for many weeks now. My kiddo had, I don't even know what she had, but it was awful for like 2 weeks. We've been really struggling. She's still got a snotty nose. I think it's just going to be a perpetual sickness until her immune system kind of catches up at this point. But my husband and I got the stomach flu over the holidays. It landed my ass in the hospital. You can see that lovely bruise from the only place that they could stick an IV in me. But we're feeling, I don't know, about 70% right now, so I'll take it. I'm functional. My husband's mostly functional. My child is 3. She handles everything like a champ. But a lot has happened in the midst of all of this plague. I had an appointment with an eating disorder clinic, and I was really hopeful that I could do their program because I 100% need help with the overconsumption issues that I struggle with, and took me a few days to really figure out how I was feeling after those meetings, because the end result is I would be a beautiful candidate for their program. The only problem is their virtual kind of program is set at static times for like 4-hour blocks, to which I'm either going to be in the middle of working during, or it's during family time after my daughter gets home from her medical program. And then, need to get her to bed. So I would either need to find an 8-week block where my husband can do 100% of after program everything, which is not necessarily possible because A, that's a lot to put on anyone. And B, he does travel sometimes for work. So I was pretty much told good luck. And when I asked, like, hey, do you have like a dietitian or whatever that I can consult separately and then go to one of your other groups as I can, the answer was no, which I understand. I get it. However, I would have expected people who specialize in these kind of issues to have the ability to be more flexible. So I was kind of just left with, I'm really sorry that the program isn't going to work for you right now. If that changes, please give us a call. And that's it. So I'm still having feelings about it. I'm really bummed out because now that means I'm going to have to find a separate dietitian and a separate psychologist for one issue, and I don't know if that is monetarily feasible right now. So I'm kind of left just doing what I have always done, in that I am trying to heal myself by myself. which is normal, I guess, but I am discouraged. So what I'm gonna start doing is what I try to periodically, and then sometimes I just get too overwhelmed and I stick a pin in it, right? I pause it. Is that I'm going to start working through my own fear foods, which comes from a sensory place of not only sensory problems but also a lot of anxiety around the foods. So we're just gonna bootstrap it and move forward. And I think we're gonna start working with ground beef first. And I'm getting anxiety just thinking about it. So this is gonna be probably the biggest one that impacts a vast majority of all of my food choices. Yeah, I'm bummed out, but I will just handle it. I have set up my, you can kind of see it, my weight stuff on the wall because I forgot that my beautifully vacant cat who has one brain cell that sometimes works likes to eat paper. So I had to move it off my whiteboard that I move around every which way and onto a place where neither she nor my toddler can reach. Which is good because then I can just see it. Like I said, I am 280 pounds right now, so that is where I'm probably going to mark December at ending. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put sticky notes along the side of it denoting where I'm at the end of each month. That way I can just see an overall trend of what things are going on as I weigh myself throughout the month. And we're just kind of gearing up for New Year's at this point. We're a couple of days away. I'm really kind of already starting like a small detox just because I haven't really been able to keep food in for the last week. But right now I've been doing a lot of bland foods, a lot of bagels, and a lot of things that are easy on my stomach. A lot of salt because POTS. But I think I am going to really try to do a good 90 days of keto carnivore just to kind of get my body back in the swing of being in a lot less pain, not being on all the processed stuff and all the carbohydrates that really kind of tear my stomach up. As a general rule, so which is kind of productive for me eating them now, but like I'm keeping them in, so I will take it. But I definitely feel the inflammation in my body because I'm eating carbs. So we're going to start tracking my macros religiously, and we're going to really, man, I'm so sorry. I am just struggling I'm just on the pain train right now. We're going to really just track my macros. We're going to keep my carbs at 80 to 100 grams starting out so I can get my body used to all of the fat intake again. Because I will also be working in an office starting in January. I really need to be careful on how slowly I transition just because I don't have the availability to be 5 feet away from a potty if this goes badly. I know that the last time I did this transition, I was certainly eating a lot worse than I am now. And that was a rough, 3 weeks. So we're going to do this slowly. We're going to start pegging my total carbs at about 80 grams. If I hit 100, I'm not going to be mad. And then every couple of days, I'm going to walk that back to just get me back to around the 40-ish gram mark. And then we'll get it closer to about 20 to 30 grams, I think is going to be a good, nice spot for me. I know about 20 grams is when I start hitting ketosis, and that's when I start feeling really good. So we are laying down plans. I'm setting up meal plans that I can just rotate through, just no problem. We're getting calendars set up. We're getting we're clearing out old food that really is a trigger point for me, and the things that my daughter has, I'm gonna have to find the willpower to tell myself no and walk away, which, in theory I should have anyways. So we're gonna try to do this on my own again. I am happy that even though through the holidays I have not really gained weight, I have not lost any, but I also have not gained any. So I'm going to take that as what it is, and then we are going to really focus on the next 90 days. I know I've talked about it before, but I do have that 6-month medallion for when I am 6 months kind of sugar addiction free. And what that means is that I'm not over consuming to the point of a problem. I'm also not going to them for emotional needs, and I am really just not eating them, period. I mean, it's really to the point where I need to purge all of that out of my diet to reset my brain, because the drive to eat all of the things all of the time it's a problem, and it's starting to affect my daughter. And I need to not. So we're just going to get through this. I'm not going to be too hard on myself while I'm still recovering. Like I said, I'm operating at about 70%, which is functional for what I'm doing right now, but it's also, my brain is not necessarily online. So we're just going to take it easy. We're going to meal prep, or recipe prep, I guess is a better way to say it. And then we're going to sit down before I start my job and get everything I need, put proteins in the freezer to make sure I have them handy. And then we're just going to have a really rough start to my year doing a sugar detox. Last time I did this, the first 2 weeks were absolute torture. I could not sleep because I was dreaming about food, or I would wake up craving food. I was jittery, I was nervous, my restless leg syndrome got worse for that couple weeks. My body just freaked out. So we're going to take this slow. I do have peanut butter in my house, which is a really weird thing to mention, but that's really what got me through the transition last time, was allowing myself 1 serving, and I do weigh that out in grams on my food scale, of peanut butter a day. And the rule is I could only have that when my husband and my daughter are home at the end of the day. And if I am absolutely going crazy for something that I shouldn't have, I can have a serving of peanut butter. So we have that in the house, and so that's going to be a tool that I'm going to utilize the first like 2 to 3 weeks, and then that will also be phased out, because based on experience of last time, that just became a crutch of, oh, I've allowed myself to have this thing. So we're going to just take it easy. We're going to set me up for the best possible success I can at this point. And we're really just going to take it one day at a time. And I am going to vlog my journey because A, it's important for me to see, B, I know other people struggle the way I struggle. And I hope that I find my community in the struggle to help us all through the struggle. So I'm going to be doing at least weekly vlogs. I'm hoping a couple times a week. We'll see how I'm feeling after starting work and being a mom full time. But yeah, I've been really on the struggle bus between cleaning lots of sick off my child and then also being sick myself. It's been a really hard month. I'm very happy this year's over. You know, I started the year in the hospital and I'm ending my year in the hospital and sick. And I am excited to start this journey, kind of reset it again. I have a feeling that it's going to take a lot of resets. It's going to take a lot of time and dedication and a lot of self-love that I'm not entirely sure how to give myself in order to really succeed at this in a very healthy way. So here's to 2026 and all of the things I'm going to accomplish. My goal really is to lose about 40 pounds next year, which is entirely doable. And we'll see where I end. Catch you in the next one.